Hello, everybody, and welcome to another Community Fortress. This is the Fortress of the Scorching Plains. It was sent in on the Discord by Kai. I think that's how you say that. That or it's Ka1, but I'm assuming the 1 is an I. Anyway, welcome to another Community Fortress. If you would like to submit a fortress for me to have a look at on this show, you can do that via the Discord server. There's a link to that down in the description. And simply join the DF Save sharing room and see what other people are doing and follow the instructions. It's pretty simple, I would think. As for this fortress, it's quite the Cavern fort. It's got some large creatures at the front, and it's pretty spoiler-free in the endgame sense. So if you're sensitive on those sorts of things, you should be pretty safe here. As for the fortress itself, it is a population of 199, the Scorching Plains. And we do have a mayor in here, so we are just a metropolis. We do not have any baronies or anything going on. Just a mayor, and all of our nobles are satisfied. As for the outside area, we have this hole here for, I'm assuming, throwing bits and pieces of things that we don't want to have anymore on the surface down in there, for convenience sake, I would assume. And this bridge here appears to be an area where baddies show up, and then over here we have this kind of lovely entryway. Now, something I would have done if I was building this is I would have made these towers like 3 or 4 layers higher. But these beautiful little alunite towers with these beautiful dacite walls, nicely constructed and set up. It looks really nice. We have these 2 beautiful stray giant cheetahs, which are unfortunately chained up in these rooms. And obviously this is to spot invaders and possible thieves and whatnot. We have a steel bridge as well as alunite bridges around the edges to defend the beautiful cats in case of invasion. As we move down and into the fortress, there's kind of a curve here. Now, there are some pressure plates here, which are, not linked to anything from the looks of things, except for this one, which is linked to this drawbridge down here. So I guess if you collide with that pressure plate, it locks the front door, which seems pretty wise, frankly. You know, you go down here, bink, and then there's a big old hole there, which is why I guess there's a trader down in here. Nowhere real to go from there. You just kind of get locked in. So, sucks to be that poor goblin. Anyway, as we move down and into the fort, there's some cage traps right after that, and then of course, a siege operator. We move down a little further, and the ramps go down. We're mostly going through mining layers for materials. Little right turn down here, past some cobwebs, very dwarfy, and then we see our first giant war cheetah, which is a beautiful kitty cat to behold. And then it splits off in 2 directions. Now, one direction just kind of goes down here and down here and down here and down here and into the caverns, from what I can tell. Or it just kind of keeps going. All right, well, we will follow that layer a little later. But the other layer over here kind of takes a left and goes up here. All right, this one, it kind of goes down and then into the fortress. So we have kind of this lovely little housing area down here, filled with houses for our dwarves. We also have a zombie goblin one, who's a goblin death bard, but definitely sings some great Cannibal Corpse covers, I would assume. We have this lovely little minecart rail that's going all over the place. I love the constructed minecart tracks. They just look so nice. This particular rail seems to kind of go down and all over the place, frankly, and then back up and is either transport, it's bringing gold nuggets over here. So it's a minecart rail that is bringing gold nuggets into the fortress. We have a little, I guess this is the happy room. If you need to be happy, you go lock yourself in here. There's a little mist generator room down here. But this fortress is kind of all over the place and very chaotic for a cavern fort. So we're going to kind of have to do this slowly. So we've got, on this layer, we've got housing, and the fortress does go up a little bit above, but this is mostly the top layer. So it's just kind of this housing. And, I sometimes have people ask me, they're like, Blind, how do you like get yourself out of making square forts? Do what this person did. Do exactly what this person did. Dig down to your first cavern layer and build in the stalactites. You're relatively safe. I mean, as long as you don't have open access to water and stuff, and as long as the dwarves can't run out into the caverns at all times, you're relatively safe, and you'll get these lovely organic designs. As long as you force yourself to stay within these caverns, and within the stalagmites like this, you'll end up with really cool little designs. We have a little dining hall out here, and over here we have our first barracks, which has 4 squads assigned. And then we have these stairs that kind of go down over here, as well as some more, I think there's some central stairs in here, isn't there? Maybe not, but they are like, you know, leaving things to be a little bit dangerous, right? There are open bridges into the caverns for fun. There is a trade depot right here, and then the stairs go down into this kind of open walkway down here, which is really cool looking. And I think this is actually the entrance to the fort, right? You go down these stairs out into the open caverns and then into the fort. This is a really neat design because you have like this open guaranteed fun zone in this hole right here where any forgotten beasts could theoretically come in, but if you go up to these upper layers, you can actually see that it is quite well defended. You know, most of these areas are like sealed off, locked off, and these walls go all the way up to the surface. So while constructing this fort, it's going to be interesting and exciting because you're going to be getting attacked by beasts and creatures and all kinds of other things in the caverns. But as you build up, you eventually end up with this really cool kind of organic cavern look that I'm a big fan of. There's also some lava over here, which seems to be being pumped up from somewhere. I'm assuming it's being pumped up. Certainly not flowing down. Ah, I see. It probably came up from here. Yeah, looks like it. Looks like it's been pumped from a lower cavern layer, which has a volcano chute. So, and also this is very smart. It's very safely done. They dug out this whole area for the lava to flow into, and this area for the lava to flow down here, and then put in a wall so that nothing can come in here, topple this pump, and walk up in through this door or swim up through this door. So this is a very safe way of doing lava, and they probably channeled down from the top so that they can fill it up perfectly safely and not have to worry about any kind of concerns or dangers. And then I'm assuming they just filled this up. This little room over here is a dining hall, which is currently assigned to nobody, but you know it's right below the forges, so your forging dwarves can go get themselves a good meal. So this is the bedroom layer, like I said earlier, and I think we've kind of more or less cleared that. And then right next to the bedroom layer is the permanent bedroom layer. These, of course, don't need to be protected as much, but I also really like the fact that you can kind of see and access these tombs from multiple levels all within the stalagmites. Like it's just massive like tombs dug out inside of these. Like that's just a really cool design. I really like that. And then down here, kind of at this exit way, we have another one of these statue entrances that seem to follow a road up to the edge of the map, probably to just like release prisoners off, or not prisoners, traders off, or any merchants or visitors or somebody who needs to leave during a siege. They can leave off this side of the road instead. Now, of course, you might get forgotten beasts spawning over here and such, but at the very least, they'll get spotted early by the giant war cheetah. Same with any kind of other creatures that may show up on the edges of the map like that. And then, of course, there's more ramps going down. But then there's kind of these lower layers. We have these very chaotic, like, workshops everywhere. But honestly, they look beautiful. There's this farming layer kind of down on this lower level. This is pumping water up here. And I'm assuming they have a safe water flow method. Yeah, it kind of looks like it. So if I actually look at this, the water is flowing in from over here. It is actually actively flowing down through this area. It flows down into here and then over to the side here and then up, and I'm assuming off the map. Yeah, so it's flowing off the map through fortifications in the wall, which is what's powering these water wheels, which is what's powering these pumps, and a lot of other things. There's a refuse stockpile over here, more pumps, pumping more lava from other places. I think these are actually manual pumps. Yeah, these are manual pumps, so dwarves can just like sit here pretty safely and pump, because the front of this pump here, it acts like a wall. So when there's a wall here and a wall here on either side of it, like when there's 3 walls in a row there, it doesn't need to, you don't need to worry about backwash, so they can very safely just pump those. So those are manual pumps. And then over here we have various stockpiles for different materials and a training spot for a ballista, and unless you're just trying to shoot your ballista ammo maker. Then we have a little temple over here with some more temples. Of course, a guild hall. I'm assuming this is a siege. Yeah, it's a siege engineer, it's just an engineer workshop, which kind of, actually, that's fitting. Are these artifacts? Okay, so no, these are just tower catapult parts just on display for entertainment purposes. And then we got more of these happy rooms, which just seem to kind of be scattered around pretty evenly, which is one way to really keep your population happy. Like you'll have a hard time letting your population get upset with setups like that. And then as we move down, there are ramps going down somewhere. I know they exist. There's a ramp. It kind of goes down to this lower layer. We can see some fun lava patterns of the lava flows on the various levels. We can follow the stairs, and then they go down to the lava sea, where, you know, they've been doing some mining and excavating down here as well, as the king demands. Well, I mean, I guess as the mayor demands. We must dig deeper, we must dig greedier, we must go deeper. But as a very chaotic cavern fort goes, this is a really cool one. I would like to remind anybody, if you would like to try and get into more organic styles of building in Dwarf Fortress, definitely look at forts like this as inspiration. Try and mimic this kind of build style, because this is like peek what you need to do to build interesting layouts and how you learn to build this type of layout in Dwarf Fortress. This is how I learned to make super organic looking fortresses, by simply building in the caverns, and it's certainly a doable thing if that's the sort of design you aspire to create in this here video game. Thank you very much for watching this video. If you would like to see more videos like it, I would check out this YouTube channel. I've got more videos on Dwarf Fortress than you could reasonably watch in a lifetime. I guess I can just say that again because I've gotten to that point with the Steam version now. And if you would like to support me directly in the things that I do over here, you can check out my Patreon, check out my Twitch streams at twitch.tv/BLINDIRL, or pick up a mug over on my merch store. We have a trio of them, and they're quite lovely. Also, on the topic of merch, if you want to get some official merch, Kit Fox's merch should be going up for sale at the day I upload this video. So maybe check out Fangamer for some official Dwarf Fortress merch as well. Although, obviously, I don't get a cut of that. Thank you very much for watching this video, and I hope to see you in the next one.